Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you guys are doing great today. Hey, Sarah and Sarah, with an H, both of you. And Andra and Paula and Amber and Heather. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Is everybody ready for the weekend? Anybody self-quarantined yet because of coronavirus? Holy smokes, that's a mess. Okay. All right. So I guess you guys all saw today that the Lori's the mess. Absolutely. Lori and Chad are the mess. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you guys all came. Yeah, there's been a few creators and other people commenting and joking, and it's not really funny, but we're surprised that Chad hasn't come out and claimed responsibility in the I told you so because of coronavirus. I mean, holy ugh. You just see it's the end of the world. Uh-oh. Richard's in here trying to recruit me. Uh-oh, Paula, you might be screwed. Girl, I got some extra TP. I can mail it out to you if you need it. Hello, everyone. Richard, I'll come hang out. We'll do something. Dear, do you feel better now? Oh, my gosh. Ugh. Oh, my gosh. How is everyone today? How do you guys feel about the judge recusing himself? Although that ended up not being the biggest issue that we saw come from that. Oh, you need some TP, Emily? Gosh, times are tough, man. I'm telling you. Oh, my gosh. All right. Let's see. Oh, hold on one second. So the judge did go ahead and recuse himself, and this all took place through like a video, like a phone conference, like it's basically a conference call for the hearing. And during the call, Webb and Means, who are two of Lori's attorneys, were on the phone, and then Mr. Wood, the prosecuting attorney, was there in the courtroom. Well, Mr. Webb and Mr. Means clearly are not BFFs, and they were not agreeing as to they each had opposing opinions as to whether or not the order to continue the preliminary hearing should be signed. Now, mind you, this was filed by Lori's defense attorneys. Well, it was filed by one of them. It was filed by Mr. Means. Well, apparently Mr. Webb does not have the same feeling about this motion, and he urged the judge not to sign it. Well, ultimately the judge did. But Mr. Webb also alluded to the fact that he is likely going to withdraw from the case. And it was very unclear. It's very unclear if he was referring to himself or to himself and L. Cox. But here's the deal. Just because he says he's going to file this motion, that's great. He can file the motion, but at the end of the day, the court still has to approve that withdrawal. So just because he says he wants to quit doesn't mean the court's going to allow it. He's going to have some pretty firm reasons. Now, seeing that Mr. Means was the one who filed the motion filed the motion to dismiss the judge and filed the motion to waive the preliminary hearing within 14 days. It seems to me that Mr. Webb likely has some different legal advice for Lori that she's not interested in. So they seem to each have a different plan of attack that they have a huge conflict of interest is kind of what I'm gathering. You see, KBW, that's what I believe he did. He referred to her, but that audio was sucked, let's be honest. And I was transcribing it. I was trying to get a feel for what he was saying, but he still kind of talked in circles, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, we just have to wait and see what his motion says. In my opinion, I feel like Mr. Means is probably doing what Lori wants to do, and probably Mr. Webb and Miss Elcox are probably more in line with, this is the best legal advice we can give you, and if you're not going to take it, well then good luck to you. So that's just the way I see it. See, Amber, I wonder the same thing. Yeah, he said the firm, but it's his firm. So, I mean, I don't know. Either way, he has to file the motion, and it has to ultimately be approved by the judge. Just because he says he wants out doesn't mean it's going to happen. So we'll just have to wait and see. And our buddy Travis in here is a lawyer. He can explain this. He can explain it better if I'm not coming across, but I'm pretty confident what I'm saying. And I did have a few minutes to look at the Idaho statutes, and it does have to go to a hearing in front of a judge. So we'll just have to see. You know, Amber, it could be they're out of money. They have to be getting close. So, and I would guess that, we could speculate that Mr. Means, only being one person from his own firm, is going to be cheaper than two. I mean, obviously, math's pretty simple, you know. So, it's interesting. Yeah, Sarah, I could see her being totally defiant and just, okay. So it appears to me, based on what we could hear in that phone call and the tone, that Mr. Means went ahead and filed these motions this week without the approval of the rest of the defense team, which clearly that's going to piss some people off. And so clearly Lori would have to okay whatever they're doing. And so I can just see it being a mess. Travis, one of her lawyers mentioned today. Okay, so she has 3 lawyers. Webb and Elcox are from Webb's law firm, and then we have Mr. Means, who is from his own law firm. Well, Means filed 2 motions this week. Well, they had a hearing about the dismissal of the judge today via telephone. Well, Means and Webb were each on the telephone, and there was clearly some tension there. And Webb was asking the judge not to grant the motion to continue the preliminary hearing, which ultimately the judge did. But they clearly were having a huge difference of opinions. Well, then Mr. Webb alluded to the fact that he wanted to withdraw, and it sounded like he's likely going to take Elcox with him, but it wasn't. I don't know. He talked in circles, in my opinion, and then again the audio wasn't the best. So we'll just have to see. So, okay. So Travis, my understanding is, and I looked up Idaho statutes. You taught me well. So listen to me before you come at me, Travis. From what I understand, according to their statute, is regardless of the reason, it still has to go to hearing before the judge, and the judge will still the judge has to have a valid reason, and the judge can still deny it if he or she so chooses. But I do have a question, Travis, and I'm hoping you can answer this. If Lori, so if the defendant is already given the A-OK, like she wants them gone, does that still have to go before the judge with reasoning and the whole rigmarole, or is it all the same? Or did that make sense? Hopefully you can help us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know why she needed 3, especially from 2 different firms, Sarah. That sounded like a headache right from the get-go. Right. Yeah, the judge will have to sign it, but I'm trying to ask Travis if Trisha, I think we were just talking about this on Twitter. See, there you are on the screen. We were just talking about this. So I'm glad Travis is here. He can help us with this. The judge will have to sign it, but just like you had mentioned, Trisha, if Lori went ahead and gave the okay, like Webb and Elcox can hit the dusty trail, does that expedite the process at all, or does that really make a difference? Oh, okay. So if it's like a mutual, oh, well, Trisha, damn it. Why didn't you tell me that? Because I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I can't wait to ask Travis. I'm sorry, Trisha. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. So if it's, you say, so it could be pretty simple then. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. Yes, there will be a new judge for her case. I'm assuming we'll find out who that is soon. Oh, Trisha, I was just saying I didn't mean to be disrespectful. If you felt that way, because I was thinking, oh, I need to find Travis. Well, Travis found us. So I didn't realize law was your thing too, but now I know, ladies, so watch out. Yep, you're out of here, Travis. Hit the bricks, brother. No, I'm just kidding. We love you, Travis. Oh, gosh. Let's see. I mean, it could be about, I mean, I doubt that the lawyers have anything to do with the FBI meeting in Salt Lake City, but I'm sure, I don't think anything makes her nervous. I don't think Lori gives a rat's ass. Yeah, Trisha, and I felt the same way about Chad's lawyer, Barth. Like he's a divorce lawyer. So when he initially had Lori as a client, I thought, oh, this guy's screwed. So I don't understand it. I mean, now Elcox seemed to, I mean, I feel like Elcox would do good with a jury to like, cause she could talk in circles and confuse the hell out of some people, but I don't know. Oh, is it already up there, Heather? Oh, what's her name? Michelle. Write this down. We'll look her up in just a second. Yeah, I had looked earlier, but it didn't see. Well, there we go. Where we go? Hold on. There's her name right there. Yeah, Trisha, I mean, I just found the phone call. The phone call was extremely uncomfortable to listen to. You could just tell those two were not meeting for lunch late, or meeting for dinner later. That was out of the question. That's not going to happen. It's just very uncomfortable. So I would really, at the end of the day, I'm nosy. I want to know what the problem is, but we'll have to see. Yeah, women are typically harder on other women, so I don't know that this is going to go great. Yeah, the footage of the storage unit. I'm very glad that he released that. I said a couple months ago that there was no way that that came out at the end of January. So there's no way that's Alex just based on the date. And I'm so thankful that he was able to like tell the world that that is the backseat of a vehicle, because just when everybody started calming down and, you know, coming to the idea that, yeah, that really does kind of look like a backseat. Then Dr. Phil pops on the scene and he's asking Colby all these ridiculous questions about what would be in your house that's so heavy. Well, then that just fires everybody back up. And I'm like, holy smokes. Like, Dr. Phil, you're not helping here, buddy. Hey, GK, how are you doing? Right. Yeah, Sarah, he totally gave her a good game. Absolutely. Oh, no, Trisha. Trisha, are there a lot of cases near you? I don't know where you are. If you're comfortable telling me, but are there a lot of cases near you? Yeah, sweet crazy. He gave her a good game. He tapped her right on the butt. Here, okay, you guys, put the link. If East Idaho knew, hold on. As long as I can find it somewhere besides YouTube, we can watch the hearing real quick from today. Give me 1 second for anybody that hasn't seen it. Or actually, let me just do this. We're going to do it this way. One second now. Stop. What is happening? Okay, sorry. Yeah, a lot of places are doing the work remotely. You know, now it's kind of coming, people are going to figure out how many meetings can actually take place via Skype and email, and how much work people can actually do from the comfort of their home. We may never have to leave our homes again. Yeah, Amber, there's hold on, there is a really good one on YouTube about about that area of Yellowstone. I think it's on. There it is. Yep, here, I'll post it on here. Copy link address. Yes. So this one on Vox talks about the Yellowstone, what do they call it? The death zone. It's not very exciting. Yes, GK, it is an introvert stream. I'm like, see, people, I'm a trendsetter. Dang, sweet crazy, you missed it. I was giving out toilet paper earlier. Whew. Yeah, Sarah, watch this video that I just posted. And then, Amber, did you say you have another one? 6 on your side on YouTube. Yeah, it's definitely interesting stuff. And that Vox video is what ultimately led Annie to start her social media push to find people that would that could have possibly been in that area of Yellowstone on September 8th of 2019. But then just a few days later, finally the FBI thought, oh, that's a good idea. So they picked up on it too. But that Vox video is that's what sparked it for her. Okay. Which lawyer or firm? Yeah, that's it. I was wondering that too, Travis. The money has to play a big part in there some way. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. YouTube will let you link it. What was it called? 6 on your side? Hold on. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how true it is about the death zone or whatever, but it intrigues a lot of people. I mean, this one. Here it is. I found it. And then here's another one. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to think that Tylee is not there. If that, I just hope that somewhere along the way here, somebody else can pull out some other pictures or footage where we can have proof that Tylee did make it out of Yellowstone, because that is terrifying. Oh, no, thank you, Amber. I appreciate you sharing. Well, here's the thing about their supporters. Their supporters are just going to drop left and right. Number one. Okay, here, let's get rid of that. We don't need Twitter for a second. So their supporters are just going to fade off into the sunset. And here's why I think that. Sosa just took down the one message forum, or the message board, because of the harassment from the general public. And then he was worried that all of their crap that they're into is going to get back to their LDS ward, and they're all going to get excommunicated. So now all of this support that Chad and Lori had of rah, 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 they didn't do anything wrong, these people are going to start slowly backing away because they don't want their ass in trouble at church. That's just the way I see it. So when a lot of people speculate that, oh yeah, they're going to pop off money to help her out, I doubt it, because it was great when people, when people weren't focusing on them and they were just like these people off in the background. Well, now everybody knows their names and knows a lot about them and knows how to get hold of them and where they hide out online. And all these things are getting exposed, and they don't like that. So now they're going to distance themselves as not to get drawn into the limelight and get, like Julie Rowe, be excommunicated. That's just the way. That's my opinion. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I was like, damn, Sarah, that was quick. Ow. Well, I don't know, Sarah, that's just purely speculation. I just feel like I feel like some of them are going to start backing away and not be so vocal. And I just kind of could see that be the wave of the future. You would think so, Sarah. You definitely would think so. I don't know. I mean, somebody has to know something. I mean, it can't possibly be nobody knows. Nobody knows nothing. That can't. I don't buy that for a second. Somebody knows something. Yeah. I mean, who knows, Wade? I don't know. I just wish that we had more information about Tylee. And then the fact that they were only in Rexburg literally a week before Tylee was last seen. I mean, nobody up there would have known if she was around or not, to be honest. A couple neighbors did say they did see her when they first moved in, but Lori told the she's at college story, and that was supposed to be that. So I don't know. That it really bothers me. Yeah, Sarah, they probably are. That's funny. I don't know. I just wish somebody would say something about those kids. Actually, Jason and Melanie were mentioned here. Let me see. Did I pull it up already? I will pull it up here. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I got issues. Melanie and Jason were, son of a bitch. Were mentioned in an FBI email after apparently listening to the podcast. They have some more questions, which, as do most people. So, so they have both been mentioned. They want more information about that. Now, we already know that Melanie was Melanie threw Chad and Lori both under the bus when she said that they had each contacted her to lie. Let's see. There it is. Okay, 1 second, and we'll go through this. Oh shit. But now, Jason, he is a strange bird, and he is full of shit. Now that now that her preliminary hearing has been postponed, I now have time to finally break down all of this dirt I've dug up on these wackadoodles, and we'll finally have time to talk about it. All right, give me 1 second, and then 200. Oh, no. Okay. All right, where are you guys at? Sorry, I lost you for a second. All right. We're talking about Melanie Gibbs. She is the gal who Lori did the podcast with. Melanie has also written her own book, and after the Time to Warrior Up podcast ended, Lori and Melanie Gibbs did their own podcast up until November of 2019, or until December of 2019. And then that's when Lori and Chad skipped town. So that clearly came to an end. Melanie has written a book. She has 4 children. But Melanie Gibbs is also the same one who, like I just said, threw Lori and Chad under the bus and said that they tried to get her to lie to authorities. Okay, let's see. Sorry, I missed some of your stuff. Travis, there is no 1 minute version of this case. I love a good summary, but ooh, Travis, have you really not heard of Lori Vallow? Oh my gosh. Somebody gonna set a timer because I don't think this can be done in a minute. Let me think about this. Yeah. Okay, Travis. So I have to think about this. So November 26th, Idaho officials went to a home to check on the welfare of a child. Mom tells the police officers he's with a friend down in Arizona. They're like, okay, cool. They take off, go call this friend, determine that the kid's not down there. They come back to the house to ask Mom some more questions. Turns out that Mom vacates the property. She's gone. Nobody knows where she's at. So then they get digging a little bit more. They figure out that not only is there 1 child missing, but there's in fact 2. Time goes on, more and more things come out. Surrounding this woman, the mother of the missing children, we have her ex-husband was shot or her estranged husband was shot and killed by her brother in July of 2019. She's into this religious wackadoo shit. Her idol his name is Chad. He is an author and thinks he's the second coming of Christ. It's nuts. Well, his wife dies on October 19th of 2019. Chad and Lori, the mom of the missing kids, and Chad, whose wife just died, go get married in Hawaii on November 5th. So police are putting all this together after they figure out the kids are missing. So they decided to exhume Chad's wife's body to figure out what happened to her. The day after they exhumed her body, Lori's brother, the one who shot and killed her fourth husband, he dies mysteriously. Just poof. Like nobody knows what happened to him yet. Right. Emily, I'm like, I don't even know. So now Chad and Lori are married in Hawaii. They just run off into the sunset while the kids are missing. They're finally found at the end of January. She's served with a warrant that says produce your kids in 5 days. Of course, that doesn't happen. Finally, on February 20th of this, just a few weeks ago, she was finally arrested, charged with 2 counts of felony abandonment, few other things, and now she's sitting in jail. They finally extradited her from Hawaii back to Idaho, and that's where we are. And that's not even the beginning of it, Travis. Yeah, Shannon, it's bad news. Here, Travis, I'll give you a couple timelines. Let's see. I have the basic timeline, and then I have the one that's like hardcore. Let's see. Where's the first one I did? Where is it? Phew. Sorry. I didn't mean to ignore everybody. I was challenging myself to see if I could even watch out, Travis. I hope you had it from Hawaii. Okay, good. Okay, so this is basic. This is like a TLDR timeline, but it's still an hour long. And then the other timeline I threw in everything that we had through January 30th, which was quite a lot. And I basically have my own freaking Dateline episode. It's 2 hours long. It took me forever to get this done. Was it 2 minutes, Trisha? I'll have to go back and watch it and see what I got wrong. And this is a detailed one. So, and there we go. I mean, this story, I've never in my life. Now, I've loved true crime forever. I actually have always been fascinated by like cults and weird stuff, like off the wall stuff. So, and it just goes on. And like when I first heard about this case, it was actually right as the Heidi Broussard case was actually going on. And I came across an article when I was looking up stuff about Heidi's case. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then it just clicked. So ever since the middle of December, I've been all over this. But there's missing people, there's dead people, there's cults there. It just goes on and on and on and on. I can't even stand it. So, I mean, you can't make this up. Yes, Alex Cox did serve. I think he served time. He shot in 2007. He shot Joe Ryan during a custody exchange with a stun gun. Missy Cat, they were in the early 90s. Oh, speaking of Joe Ryan, hold on, we're going to go to that in just a second. Her first 2 husbands were in the early 90s. One was right out of high school, and one wasn't long after that. They really wasn't not much to him, just that her second husband is actually the biological father of Colby, but Colby was eventually Colby was eventually adopted by Joe. So Colby is Colby Ryan and Joe is his dad, period. So has everybody in here seen Dateline or been able to access it? Trisha, I would love to, where is it? Here it is. So the night that Lori got arrested, whenever my phone was blowing up and our grandson was here, and I'm like, what the hell? I finally looked at my phone and I was like, oh my God, she's been arrested. So I come flying down here. We were live within just a few minutes and everybody was pumped. Well, we were waiting. I was waiting to stop the live to see if her mugshot would come up. And jokingly, I said something about, I'm going to frame it and hang it up here. Well, it's stuck. So now it's framed. I have two of them. I needed to get the other one and put it up here. Does everybody have a link to Dateline, or can you, because I know some people out of the country are having issues. So, I just want to make sure, because there are, I have a few different options for everybody. Yeah, I think Dateline was really awesome. I think they did a really good job. Yeah. Dateline did really good. And I was so thankful for Dateline because, I mean, a lot of people all throughout January, nobody had heard about this case, which was mind-blowing to me. Until whenever they found them in Hawaii on January 25th, and people were like, oh my gosh, because it was tabloid worthy at that point. Well, then, you know, I mean, this story is already tabloid like enough. We don't need any more. We don't need to muddy the waters anymore. But then when Dateline came around and they really put the story out there to the world, I was so glad that it finally got some decent media coverage. Speaking of which, so I'm going to show you guys something. Speaking of decent media and credible information, let me come back over here. So this story is going around right now that Joseph Ryan, his death is being investigated. That is verifiably false by Annie and other members of the family. This website, they also have a YouTube channel. Their website's there in the bottom of that page. I am not smack talking, but everything that comes from their channel, 99.9% of it is a tabloid headline. So what their article basically says, when you get down to the meat and potatoes of it, is that the FBI requested information from Arizona authorities over a month ago, and then that's it. It says that black and white, but yet they're portraying it as a, yes, they're absolutely still investigating, and that's not true. So I just want to clear that up for Annie's sake, because she is being inundated by people. Oh, we've gone over the judge thing. Well, we didn't really talk about the judge. We did talk about the lawyer. So yeah, we can talk about the judge. Right, Missy Cat. And I appreciate the media coverage, but I also get frustrated when the false narratives are spread as truth. And then this case clearly does not need any more layers of crazy on top of it. So really, they can't do anything to investigate Joe's death. It's pretty plain and simple. He was cremated. There's not much that can be done with that. So, hi, The Thinker. Thanks for joining us. So I just wanted to put that out there. And I don't know. For all those of you that have been here for a hot minute now, and I know Travis can vouch for me. I love a good conspiracy theory. Don't get me wrong, but I definitely will not speak on something until I see it in black and white. There is a document that can follow it, or it comes from, a verified source. There's not much in this case that has been verified, unfortunately. And so the only reason now that I'm willing, like with the podcast thing that I put up yesterday and all my research on all these players in the cult, I'm cool to talk about that now because now the FBI has come out and said, yeah, after, where'd it go? Which one is it? Shit. Okay, here it is. After they list, the FBI came out and said, yeah, now we listened to the podcast. We have an interest. So then I'm like, okay, we always knew that stuff was relevant, but I feel better talking about it, knowing that I'm not wasting everybody's time on stuff that is not truly relevant to the ongoing investigation. Let's see. Sorry, I was rambling. Let's see. Yeah, Amber, those emails that are allegedly from Lori that appear to look like they're from that whole thing is just weird. And see, that's the kind of thing, Amber, like I love that kind of stuff, but where do those, there's so many questions that come with that. I just want to make sure stuff comes from, Paula, the website was azfamily.com. They also have a YouTube channel. And I mean, I get it. The media has to make their money, do what you got to do, but I just false narratives and it just drives me crazy, especially being such a person who I will spend hours on one specific subject to make sure I have all the information before I even think about coming down here and talking to you guys about it. So yeah, some of the videos might only be 30 minutes long, but it's literally 2 days of research, if not more. And then, God, don't even talk about the editing. But yeah, I'm a stickler for it. And I don't know. Which is why I don't do a lot of Facebook groups. People have asked me to join, and I've joined a couple, and I get frustrated because of, one, people are mean to each other, and two, they're just, once somebody makes one false state, like one spreads a truth or spreads a lie as if it were truth, and everybody believes it, and it's just a nightmare. I can't stand it. All right. Hey, Linda, what's up? All right. So what happened with the judge? Okay. The lawyers, that part's still up in the air. So the judge, oh, can you guys still see me? I went away for a second. Idaho has this weird law where one time throughout a criminal case, either side can come in and dismiss and request that the judge recuse him or herself for apparently no reason. None. They can just say, we want you out, go, bye. And it, no pun intended, but it is kind of like a get out of jail free card. They don't have to give a reason. They just say, okay, we're done with you. You got to go. So essentially, Mr. Means filed this on Lori's behalf to get rid of this judge. Now, his initial motion did state that they were filing under whatever that code is. I don't have it. I don't know. I have shit everywhere, so I don't know I can't remember the number off the top of my head. But their initial motion did state that. Now, when the state responded, they're like, there's really no reason, even though he was pretty much aware they could do this. And the state mentioned that they wanted, he was alluding to the fact they wanted a new judge to re-argue bail, which is pretty much probably what's happening. But then when the defense responded again, they did cite the fact that the same judge is sitting for the guardianship hearing for JJ. So at the end of the day, he did make the correct choice in recusing himself from this case as requested. So there's no conflict of interest in either case. So far, neither case can come back and say this was unfair because of blah, 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 blah. So, okay, sorry. All right, sorry, I'm missing a lot of chat. I'm up here just rambling. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Kayla, I mean, they're great, and there's some great people in there, but it's just, ugh. I, I'm not sensitive. I don't mean it like that, but I get aggravated when I can see things that are false narratives, and then people are buying into them, and it's like, and then, it's just, I can't stand it. And then people get ugly, and it's like, what the hell's the point? Amber, yes. Heather gave us the name earlier. Let's look her up actually. Michelle Bradford Mallard. Let's take a peek, see. Oh shit, if I could type it would help, right? Yeah, Heather had posted this for us right before I went live. I had looked, but I figured because it was so late in the day, I didn't think we'd get anything. Where is she? Okay. Come on now. Images. Who knew that Nate would already oh, you were already digging into her, Heather? Let me know if you find anything. I can't even find a good picture of the broad. Oh, Leah, nobody would want to work with me. I am so meticulous and weird and messy all at the same time. Like, I don't know. I mean, I would love for anybody, yeah, ramble on, GK. I would love people to help, but then I'm so worried about making a mistake and giving out wrong information. And that's the last thing I want to do. Not to say anybody that would help would be misleading, but I would just feel responsible. Yeah, I don't see much about her, but we are going to find out some. Okay. My family. Travis, the daughter, Tylee, who is 17, the last time she has been accounted for was September 8th of 2019. So it was 6 months on Sunday. And the last time JJ was seen, verifiably seen by somebody else, was September 23rd of 2019. So we're almost to 6 months. All right. I have my family is texting me from upstairs. If you guys can give me 1 second, let me run up there and make sure this place isn't on fire. Talk amongst yourselves. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Have kids, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Yeah. All right, so what are we chatting about? What did I miss? Or what do we want to chat about? We'll start with this one. Do we think... Oh, you figured it all out, Travis? Sweet. Oh, not that one. Where was this? Right here. If it'll... There we go. Oh my gosh, what the hell? There we go. Do we think Chad will turn on Lori? I think Chad is the ringleader here. I think he is. Hey, Laura. Oh, awesome. Who are you listening to? Were you listening to Awen? Her voice is top notch. That's assuming who you are listening to. I think Chad is the ringleader here. I think Lori, for whatever reason, idolizes him. And I don't know. I think, but I don't know. I think more so, I think them two being separated is the best thing we're ever going to see out of this case so far. Yes, Awen's voice is amazing. And Awen's so, I don't know. She could read us the phone book. Oh, you can't see my face. Look at that. You can look at Lori. At least I turned the mic on before I started talking to you guys. Shit. There you go. Sorry. Don't mind me. See, I think when they go after Chad, all of these other members, these other people are going to take off into the... They're going to take off. Nope. Chad is still out running free. From what I understand, Chad just went and visited his parents. Let's see. Where is it at? I have a list on scrolling now on the bottom that of all the, well, this is some of the people that I have researched over the last few months. And now that the preliminary hearing has been postponed, like we were expecting that next week. So I was getting all the list of people who were subpoenaed and figuring out where they were from and what they likely knew. So now we can kind of put that on the back burner for a minute and get down and dirty with some of these cult freaks. You know, Sarah, that's what I think. I think them being, I'm not sure that either one of them will throw the other under the bus, but I could see them just kind of drifting. I mean, and obviously her being locked up, it's not like they can hang out. And then he's not in her ear all the time. So that's nice. And then at the Madison County Women's Facility there in Rexburg, it is a no contact jail. So even when she gets visitors, it's through like a video. You guys remember when Casey Anthony was in jail and the footage we have of her talking to her parents? It's like that. So it's no contact. Amber Brady, that's a damn good question. It's possible. It depends on what evidence can be drummed up between now and then. I mean, there could be more charges by Monday. We just never know. I mean, realistically, we were all floored the day she got arrested because for 3 weeks, everybody was pissed off because why weren't they being arrested? That was a question on everybody's mind. And then when she finally was, it was like, whoa, like nobody thought it, you know, it was one of those things you never thought would happen. So who knows? Yeah. Uh-oh. Hello, Paul. Yeah, I think, hey, Cowgirl Up, how are you? Mariah, I think that them disclosing Tammy's life insurance in the Hawaii documents was interesting because now that's confirmed. And then knowing that they've blown through it like so quickly is just, it's what I can figure out about all these people scrolling at the bottom of your screen and more of them. With the exception of a few, they're not kid friendly, but they're all money hungry. Who are we looking at? Okay, let's see. Emily was out shopping for TP. You guys are a mess. All right, let's see what else went on this week. Yeah. So other than that, really this week we were just waiting to see if she was going to make bail. There was a lot of people talking about that and reasons why bail bondsmen wouldn't work with her. And it really, at the end of the day, it's not only because at the end of really her high profile status does have, it does have a bearing on whether or not the bail bondsman up there will work with her. It also comes into collateral, which she owns nothing. Chad doesn't have anything near worth $1 million. And not even if they did, a lot of times, I watched one article, and actually for anybody, oh, hi, Brooke. Various true crime stuff. But he is very much about this Vallow case too, which is pretty awesome, because I'm down for that. But he did this really awesome video about, sorry, I can't type and talk at the same time. He did a really great breakdown of the bail bondsman in that area. And it's not only like the money and the collateral, but it's also about their insurance premiums and what they have to deal with on the back end of their business. So, and he broke it down really well. So you guys go check Will out, and he breaks it down great. There's no need for me to try to reword what he did because it was perfect. I believe it's 2 of Chad's 5 adult children and their spouses, and I think one of them actually has their own kids living at Chad and Tammy's house. His children are very much into the same stuff he's into, and by all accounts, they're defending him, and it just... His one daughter, these posts keep coming around that she's putting out on social media or texts, and whether or not they're real or not, I don't know. But if they are, she's just running her mouth and making no sense. So I'm not trying to say anything mean about her, but she's kind of fitting right in with them and their lack of explanation for anything. You can read and listen at the same time, Paula. Whoo, girl, you're bothering me. Good night, Linda. Let's see. Yeah, one big happy family. That's something. Man, even now when I think about it, to last Friday in that case, that hearing, when I did that recap video earlier this week, when she said Chad and Lori and their children and their children's spouses live here, oh my God, it still makes me mad to this day. One big happy family. But let's just totally omit Colby and Kelsey and Riley, who are literally right across the room from you. Oh, and your other kids that nobody knows where they are. Just so frustrating. Yeah, Paula. So, was Chad's parents, they told let me get here. I'll show you exactly. Because they said one thing to Chad's parents and another thing to Tammy's sister. Where is it? Where's the affidavit at? Hold on. I got it right here. I just got to find which one it is, which page it is. Oh my gosh. I have so many documents. I need to sit down one day and put all these in order. Where is it? I know it's right here. Give me 1 second, because I want to make sure I give you guys, tell you who, because both things they said, were to Tammy's family, which I found are Chad's parents and Tammy's family. Okay, this is getting on my last damn nerve. Okay, it has to be in here somewhere. All right, sorry. I keep feeling. Which affidavit, Emily? Yeah, and yeah, you're right, Mariah. They said, oh, they haven't established, they have a residence together. Lori's never lived in that residence. She lived in that townhouse, and then apparently he went there. And then when everybody broke camp for Vegas and then ultimately Hawaii. Lori's parents are interesting folk. They have been radio silent. Apparently, well, not apparently. Lori's dad at one point in his life was pretending to be a lawyer, and he did scam people and ended up serving time for some of his crazier choices in life. So, Lori definitely learned how to swindle people. I am. This is getting on my nerves. All right. I am looking for this statement, and I know it's right here. I know it's on this document, and it's getting on my nerves. Okay, we're going to take a breather from that. One more second. All right. This was the only felony they could dig up to bring her back from Hawaii. At this time, Deanne, yeah. KLR, the benefit that Social Security fraud is going to have to come into play somehow. There has to be charges coming down the line for that. There has to be. There's no way. So I just feel like, I mean, Elcock said it last week that they only came up with charges because of the media pressure. Okay, but can you prove that? Because media pressure doesn't necessarily mean that your client's not guilty of doing some shady shit. Exactly, Deanne. And that's what a lot of them are saying. It's not something that's done very common. You know, a lot of people with that high of bond don't have a lot of, you know, they're not looking to get out. I mean, we look at like, what was it? Fotis Dulos, what was his bond? Was like, his bond $6 million, and somebody put up money for him. Now, the people in Fotis Dulos' circle, though, they had some serious jack. They had the properties and the collateral to put up for him. You know, Chad and Lori don't have whatever. It's not, it was Social Security benefits, Travis, is what she, they confirmed in court on Friday, Travis, that she was still receiving and spending the Social Security benefits that the kids were receiving from the deaths of their fathers. And the last time they were seen was September, and she was still using those up through February at her arrest. The guy sitting next to Chad, his name is Sean Bartholick. He is Chad's lawyer. Right. That's what we thought, Travis. That'd be federal. So that's a whole nother can of worms. But yeah, that guy sitting next to Chad was his lawyer. By trade, he's a divorce lawyer. And up until Lori got arrested, or right before she got arrested, he was actually representing her. And he says he's dropped her because there was a conflict of interest, which is true. But at the end of the day, he was way in over his head with everything she's got going on. Right. I would, if they can provide proof that she was sending somebody else money to provide for those children, I want to see it. I want to see it. Oh, yeah. Fotis. That guy. Yeah. Well, I mean, Tylee would have been 16 when she went missing. She turned 17 on September 24th. Oh, awesome, Travis. Thank you. Yeah, that divorce lawyer might come in. We need to send him down to Colorado. Letitia might need a little help, huh? Let's see. Oh, here it is. I told you. I knew it was on this document. Okay. Take a break, come back, and it's right in front of my face. All right, let me zoom in here first so you guys can see this. There we go. Share screen. Now, this was on Lori's arrest affidavit. We were talking before about who she told what to. Her case, which Kayla was originally listed at September 23rd. But if you go in and look at Lori's charges in the court documents, the one of her felony abandonment charges is dated September 8th, 2019, and that's the last day anybody saw her, and that's the day that they were at Yellowstone. So that's now originally they were both, it was said that they were both last seen, so that's where that date came from. So Sarah, why are you traumatized? Okay. Oh, cool, Kayla. If you need, I'm sure you know how to do all this stuff, but if you need the link to the court documents that show the date, I'll send it to you. All right, so let's see. So through the investigation, I interviewed Chad Daybell's parents, Jack and Sheila. They informed me that Chad and Lori told them in November that Lori was an empty nester. So that's what they told his parents. So then we go up here and it talks about how next they interviewed Jason and Samantha. Samantha is the sister of Tammy Daybell. Jason and Samantha informed RPD that Chad had told them Lori had no juvenile children. So I just find it interesting that those comments are coming from Tammy's family, or Chad and Tammy's family. So I don't know. Oh, don't be traumatized, Sarah. All right, let's see here. My foot's asleep. Okay, let's see. What are we at? Just over an hour. Let's see. Divorce lawyer hired by Lori. She hired him sometime in early December, right after they took off. He is affiliated with this group of people very closely. He was actually a divorce lawyer for Lori's niece's new husband. He was divorced last July 2019. Ian was divorced then, and he married Melanie in Vegas on November 30th. So they're all connected. So Sean was his divorce lawyer, but now he's representing them in whatever. So I don't know. Alex was where? Yes, Alex was at Yellowstone with them. Okay, let's see. Whew. As far as I know, Brandon is still living with his parents in Springville, Utah. Or no, they're not in Springville. They're in American Fork, Utah. As far as I know, he's still there. He doesn't have, but it's being reported now that Ian and Melanie are living back down in Arizona while she works on this custody thing, which the media is going to rip her attorney a new. I go back to court on my birthday. So in just 2 weeks from yesterday, they go back to court for her custody hearing. Now, remember, when she went to court at the end of last month, her lawyer was like, there is no way that Alex was the person who could do that to Brandon because Melanie confirmed that was him on that footage. Melanie's the only one on the planet apparently that's confirmed this, but this guy took it for gospel. So I cannot wait for the media to get hold of that guy and be like, now what do you got to say now? Because it's even more clear that it's not Alex, which you go back to those timelines I posted earlier. On the very detailed one, I think was the first. I even did a storage locker video. I was very clear. I did not think that was Alex on the second because I was shooting at Brandon. So I'll be excited to see what they do to this lawyer and what he has to say about Melanie's statement. Sarah, Ian's ex-wife is apparently safe and sound somewhere in the Rexburg area. They have 4 kids. And he's basically given up his time with his kids to go hang out with Melanie to try to get access to hers, which I just don't see happening. What won't let you post, Sarah? I'm sorry. I mean, once she's arrested and we're waiting for everything, I mean, the court proceedings are slow and the paperwork is boring. And it's not like bam, 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 bam. And so now that this hearing has been continued, so now we really have some downtime. So it's really not unlike any other case. So just have to see. Yeah, I think so too, Heather, actually. Now, Elcox was trying to argue the difference between the difference between Lori's charges and the definition of abandonment and everything that goes into that. So, but the criminal statute totally different. So what they charged her with and what they spelled out in their affidavit goes hand in hand. They didn't just pull something out of their ass. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on that judge. I want to know more about her. Really, you know what I want? I want the prosecutor and the judge from Hawaii. That's who I want. Those people were amazing. Oh, Travis, don't come in here stirring no pot like that. What the hell's wrong with you, Travis? Let's see. Okay. All right, let's see. Well, Lori and whatever attorney she's going to have left, I don't know. I'm curious to see how that goes. I'm dying to know what why they want to withdraw from the case. That is really exciting. I'm just nosy. No, Amber, I don't know the process, but apparently one has already been appointed. I'm going to just write her name down. Michelle Radford Mallard. Okay, let's do that. All right, sorry. Yeah, that Hawaii judge was awesome. It doesn't matter. Legally, JJ is their son. Nope. Lori is still behind bars. She pranced out of there last Friday. She really thought she was going somewhere. Well, that sucks. Either that or she was really playing off the, just putting on a show, which could also be true. But I really think she thought she was going to get somewhere, and there she sits. And I can't understand for someone who, I don't understand then why they would want to push the preliminary hearing back, except for, like we saw with the Heidi Broussard case and Megan Firamuska, they kept delaying it and pushing it back as long as they could, especially initially. So then that way the media attention and things would die down. So I get that to a certain extent. And maybe they think, okay, maybe by the beginning of May, things will calm down and we can get this going without so much crazy, without all the circus. But the fact that she clearly has at least one lawyer who is pissed off and not agreeing with the plan of action here, he doesn't want to play by these rules of engagement. There's clearly some stuff going on. Yeah, Rexburg is like 30,000 people. That's funny. Nobody's officially done anything yet, Tony. Her lawyer just made mention today during the hearing. One of Mr. Webb made mention today that he's likely going to withdraw, and he alluded to that his firm was going to withdraw, which also includes Elcox, but then he mentioned Elcox, and so I listened to it a few times, and at the end of the day, nothing legally has happened with that yet. We have to wait for him to file the motion to withdraw, and then we'll see what happens from there. So nobody's officially done anything, but apparently it's on the to-do list. Exactly, Paula. But I get it, I could see that being but to know that that Mr. Means was the one who filed the documents and was pushing for it today. But Mr. Webb was like, no, judge, please do not sign that continuance. We're not okay with that. And these are people working for the same team here. You know, they're arguing amongst themselves. So I'm very curious to see what that's all about. Oh, yeah, I will. Hold on one second. Here, we'll do it here. Radford Mallard. Here, and I'll put it up here. There we go. Take that off. There we go. That is her name. That is what Heather found out for us. No, Amber, it'll take it would be, there's no reason. It has to go through the whole process before we get all the way to the Supreme Court. I think Heather was referring to what it actually says like on the docket, which I think the docket's a little bit more descript, you know. Surprised it doesn't have like her blood type. Let's see. All right. Well, you guys are doing that. Let's see if anything is shaking on Twitter. We're just over here taking care of ourselves. We're not even seeing if there's anything exciting happening with this. Nope. Can't hang out over there too much. Closing schools and doing all the crazy stuff. Yes. That's what I figured, Heather. A lot of times on the on those things, they get a little more whatchamacallit. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yep, I linked it earlier, Sarah, and I saved it. I still have it open in the tab. I'm going to put it in the description box of this video. So then that way it's easy to find. People don't have to replay through chat. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who shared information. It's helpful. I don't know, Laura. It's hard to say what Chad's doing. Last I heard, or what's being speculated right now, is that Chad has gone to visit his parents. So, which I'm sure they have questions. So, I don't know. Yeah, Lori thinks she's some sort of translated being, and apparently, if you didn't know, that can be picked up on an x-ray. That's why she wouldn't go to the doctor. Can't make that shit up. So, all right, well, we're on math. Unless you guys have any more questions or anything specifically we want to talk about, we're going to wrap it up. And then, what would you guys like just talk about on this channel next? Like I said, we do have the break now since court is not next week right now. I can break down anything now that I have all the time to start getting into all these members or whatever you want to call them. Anything you guys, any requests? So I'm happy to do whatever you guys want to hear about. I'm in. I like to do all the research and all the stuff. I know. I'm going to, Travis. She was supposed to go to court earlier this week, but then that again was postponed. So, oh man, that Julie Rowe, Emily, she is, whoo-wee, she's something. I'll tell you that. Something. More on Hector. Yeah, Hector's a strange bird. They're all strange. Like, it just makes my head hurt. Like, I don't know how many of you already listened to that first podcast. I mean, that's like basic. Because as you go on, they kind of build off of it. Had I known that all of those were going to eventually be scrubbed, because I downloaded 3 complete ones then, and I said, oh, I'll just check these out. I just picked random ones. And now that I've done the research and know what was on every single episode, there's a handful that I'm like, my God, I really want to get my ears on those. So listening to that stuff is interesting. I've been looking and reading Chad's stuff for a while now. So again, now that we don't have court coming up right away, we can definitely start we can definitely start smack talking some of these people, because it's mind-blowing. And now some of their names are starting to pop up in some of the communications that Justin Lum or Nate Eaton are getting, via FOIA requests. Some of these people's names are showing up that authorities have asked about or try to look into. So I'm like, okay, that makes them fair game in my opinion. So that's that. So we will work on that. Now tomorrow, both my grandkids are coming over, hanging out for the day, and I think they're both going to spend the night. So Sunday, I might be dead. I mean, Aiden's here all the time. He always spends the night. But my granddaughter just turned 1. She just turned 1, going on 17. She is crazy. And she's not a sleeper. So tomorrow night's going to be so much fun. But I will definitely get all my notes and all my, if you guys could see my piles. I'm like old school, and I don't, like, I want actual physical pieces of paper. I like the electronic stuff is great, but I need to like see all the things and write my notes and do whatever. So I have shit everywhere. So, oh my gosh. Oh, I could do that. No, Aiden I'm gonna say Aiden was over there coloring the other day, but its markers are upstairs. I could just color on the glass like a dry erase marker. Yeah, Heather, I will. It's all part of it. And that's just it. There's so much about these people, and there's so many of them. Because every time you get into one, then you figure out, oh, you can draw all these lines, and trying to figure out, I don't know, the whole cult portion absolutely fascinates me. It's something, cults in general have fascinated me for years. So this is like, okay, let me see. Oh God, that guy. Now, let me tell you about old Jason Mao. He is a big fat liar. Oh, let me tell you guys something else. And then we're going to go. So I was looking at something in my YouTube analytics earlier today. Now, if you're in Discord, it is in the Vallow Daybell room. But I was looking through analytics. I was trying to find something else. And I clicked on this thing that said your top external sources, for traffic to my channel. One of the external sources is the ldsavow.com site. So I just want to give a big shout out and hello to whoever from Avow keeps coming into these videos. I do appreciate your view. So everybody say hi. So I thought that was interesting. So just a goofy little nugget, but yeah. But yes. So speaking of Jason, that anywho, let's see. Oh, did she really? Ooh, Regina, I have to watch that out. Yeah, exactly, Emily. Thanks, Val. Appreciate you. So, all right, guys. Well, you guys have a super great weekend. Like I said, I have the short stacks. Maybe we'll get together Sunday night and see what's shaking. Otherwise, look for stuff early next week. I will get all my notes in order and figure out how we're going to attack this so that it kind of makes sense and we can kind of build as we go, connect some dots along the way. Oh, and another thing, since I'm really big into dates and I remember all the dates when all these different things happened, as I broke down all the information about the podcast a couple weeks ago, I was able to look up what date they were recorded and which date they aired and other things that went on in that same time frame and who was together with who and when and what location. So it's just all the lines are crossing. There's more pieces of the puzzle coming together. So it should be pretty exciting. So just want to tell you that. So Hector Sosa Jr. Let me put this back up there. Hector Sosa Jr. He is a mess, but yes. So thank you guys all for hanging out with me on this Friday the 13th. I hope nothing too shady is going on with you guys. Big thumbs up if you support this video. Big thumbs up if you really want to find JJ and Tylee. That's the most important thing here. I know we all like to talk about Lori, make fun of her lipstick and all these wackadoos in their cult, but at the end of the day, the only two people that matter are JJ and Tylee. So big thumbs up. Hopefully we can get safe and sound to people who actually want them and want to see them happy and healthy and safe and sound. Hopefully we can do that very soon. Share this video, bring a friend, share this channel. We're getting really close to the 1,000 subscriber mark. And I'm really excited because there's a community tab in YouTube where you can send messages to all of your subs in YouTube. And I cannot wait to use that tab. And that is something that's unlocked once you get to 1,000. So at last check, I was about, I don't know, it was just over 900 or something. I don't remember. But bring a friend next time. Let's get there so I can communicate with you guys right through YouTube, because I know some people use other forms of social media and others don't. So it would just be nice to be able to get directly and get in touch with you guys any given time. So thank you guys so much for coming. You guys have a great weekend and we will talk. Bye, guys.